Hello and welcome to another episode of my Productivity Mastery series. My name is Carl Pauline, and in this week's episode I want to talk to you a little bit about long periods of focused work. Now this is something that I've seen in super successful people. They take time out to really focus in on one project or one piece of work. Now that could be writing a book, it could be developing a new course, it could be developing some software for a new program that you're working on, it could be working on a new design for your whole website. Whatever it is that you do, it's all about focusing in on one single project for a long period of time. Now what do I mean by a long period of time? What I mean by a long period of time is 1 or 2 months. In some cases it could be 3 months. Now Sean Blank of the Suite Setup, they have a wonderful system where it's 6 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 6 weeks on, 2 weeks off. That period of 6 weeks that they focus in on, it's focused in on one single project. And then they back off for 2 weeks where they catch up with their admin work and all the other various stuff that they're doing. But for 6 solid weeks is total focus in on one project. Tony Robbins does this, Robin Sharma does this. What they're doing essentially is they take 1 or 2 months off, they disappear if you like, and they get focused in on one project. Now this is such a powerful trick if you really want to start creating amazing stuff. Now the reason for that is we are subjected today to ever increasing distractions. They are coming at us from everywhere. And the key here is that you get yourself away from the distractions and into that focused project work. Now, of course, not everyone is super successful like Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, Robin Sharma, or the guys over at the Suite Setup. But the beauty of what they do is something that we can actually take into our everyday lives. So if you work for a company and you've got a boss in a box, I always call them bosses in a box, you know, a boss who sits in a square office giving out instructions all day. Of course, it's very difficult for you to come off the grid and start doing work that really focusing on the work that's truly important to you, that one single project. But what you can do is you can still get your regular work done. And I know, and if you are being truly honest with yourself, there are periods of time, maybe 1 or 2 hours each day, where you can work on something that you feel is important. Now that's the time where for a month or 2 months, you only focus in on one project and you get yourself working on that. Whenever you have any spare time, get yourself working on that project. Now for self-employed people like myself, we can actually take that time to really focus in on a project. I do this whenever I'm developing a new course or whether I'm writing a book. I will at some point take a month or 2 months where I'm only focused in on one thing. Now when I did the update to my Time and Life Mastery online course this year, I actually had 2 months where I focused on nothing else but that course. I reviewed the course, I added in the extra classes that I felt were missing, I re-recorded other sections that I felt wasn't very good, and for 2 solid months that was all I was focused on. And when I published the course, it was a wonderful sense of fulfillment that I'd actually achieved a course that I was truly proud of. But it took 2 months of focused work. And it was focused in on exactly that. But those of you who've been following me for a while will have noticed that each week I still put out my videos, I still did my podcast, and I still did my blog post every week. And of course, those things need doing every week. But in between all that, any of my spare project time, it was focused in on that one project, and it really does work. Now this is one of those little secrets of the super successful, but if you can start adopting that kind of mindset, and really that's what it is, it's just a mindset. One thing, get it done to the best of your ability. Strive for excellence when you're doing it. You will find that you start creating amazing things. The reason why you're probably finding you're not creating amazing things is because you're working on too many things at one time. But if you really want to get yourself into that upper levels of excellence, then this is the trick that the super successful people do. Long periods of one project focused work. Something that I think you should think about. Now, as I say, I know that not all of you will have the opportunity to do that because you've got bosses in boxes and they are always going to cause you distractions. You've probably got very noisy and talkative co-workers who are not going to leave you alone. But it's up to you to find the time to work on these focused projects. Get them done. Long periods of focused time. You will be amazed at what you get done when you start doing this. Thank you very much for watching this episode of my Productivity Mastery series. By the way, if you do have any questions you'd like me to answer in this series, please leave them in the comment section below and I will be more than happy to answer your questions. Thanks very much for watching. It just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw and would like to learn more about becoming better organized and more productive, then get yourself enrolled in my free beginner's guide to building your own productivity system. And if you'd like to learn more on how I can help you, then visit my website at www.carlpauline.com. All the details are in the show notes below.